What's poppin', T-Subs and T-Squad? So listen, y'all already know why I'm here. I'm here to give y'all the review for this week's episode of Put a Ring on It. Stay tuned. Alright, you guys, so the episode starts with Michael deciding that he does want a third date with Whitney. Thank you, God. Because I was a little bit worried that he didn't want to, but I'm really glad that he did. Shay says that she doesn't like it, and at this point, she's no longer nervous. She's now angry. Bye, Felicia. Moving on. Michael feels like he and Whitney really didn't get a good second date because of the boundaries that were broken, and he really wants to see if they have a connection. Don't worry, Michael. All of us is dying to know whether you got a connection with her or not, because we sure don't want you to be with that wildebeest no more. I don't like her. I no longer see it for her. I just don't see it for her. I don't see it for her. Period. And if it ain't Whitney, it damn sure needs to be somebody else. We don't like Shay. We don't want Shay. Moving on. Hollywood says that his mom had a big impact about his relationships previously and in his relationship now with Ashley. He talked about how she would hit him and make him cry just so that she'll go with his daddy, and how she left him at the park one time. And I said, listen, I ain't never heard of nothing like that, and I ain't never been through nothing like that. Thank God I ain't been through nothing. I thank God every day that he blessed me and my brother to have two of the most amazing parents that anybody could ask for. You know, me and my brother never wanted for anything growing up. Anything that we ever wanted to do, we did. We had Christmases, we had birthdays and Easter and things like that. And then when you hear stories like Hollywood's, it did make me feel really sad for Hollywood. And if he don't have any kids, I'm more than sure when he does, or even if he do, he's going to be the most amazing father ever, because he knows what it feels like to have somebody that does care, but still is shifty at the same time. So everybody are going on dates this week, and it's all about connecting. Vince goes on his date with Christina. Hated it for me was her hair during the date. But I loved her hair and her confessional. But other than that, she was really cute. She was really sweet. She wasn't there. She wasn't doing too much. She was being like a really nice, sweet, kind of like Southern Belle type of home skillet that I could deal with. And Vince seemed to enjoy her a lot. So I am here for Christina. But I like you though, Tamika. Don't listen. I just like her on the date. But you my homegirl. Hollywood was getting ready for his date, and then his date is Tasha. Tasha was really cute. She said she's looking for somebody funny and for somebody that can make her laugh and this, that, and this. And then girl Ashley goes to the door, opens it, and slams it in mama girl's face. Girl, I thought she was serious, but it was really just a joke. And I loved how Ashley handled herself in the situation. And then when Hollywood prays with those two ladies, girl, I was to the bed dead. I said, I know this boy ain't sitting here praying before he go on this date. And then that little banter that he and Ashley had, like he wanted to hit it, and you see how fat her ass. Like, that's what I love about Hollywood. Like, he's one of them types. He's honestly just joking, and I like the fact that Ashley is secure enough in herself to know that, and she could just laugh it off and say, oh, that's my man, because he don't want me to Lorena Bobbitt his ass, for real. So she ain't taking no way, and I didn't take it no way either. Moving on. All right, you guys, so Ashley's date is Kwame, and they go skating. Honey, let me tell you something. I had to take one of my fans and fan between my legs, honey, child. I had to go and get me a brand new bloomer to put on, honey, because when I saw that fine ass Adonis walking up to the damn thing, I said, oh, dear God in heaven, Hollywood, I never thought I would see the day. But I think I think you might have a little bit of competition when it comes to Kwame, because Lord knows if you don't want him, I'll take him. So Hollywood goes. So Hollywood is still on his date with Tasha, and he says Tasha wanted to know more about his relationship with Ashley than he wanted to know about her. But I think that was the whole point of the date. Like, I'm more than sure she was gonna ask you questions about you, but I really didn't find it an issue that she was asking questions about the issues or what's going on within, the relationship that you have with Ashley now. You understand me? I mean, to keep it all about you is one thing, but I don't really find nothing wrong with her asking about the relationship that you got with Ashley. I think that was a very adult, grown up, grown lady, old lady sitting under a tree type of thing for her to do. But we'll move on. So Shay and Michael are at home, and Shay is going on her date with Rick. So Shay is doing the absolute most. Like, I felt like that dress that she had on was very inappropriate for a first date. This, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just gonna be real, Shay. It was very inappropriate, and it just bled that your whole thing is a tit for tat. And Michael even said it himself. Y'all are very competitive when it comes to things. And he called you out. He called you out on your shit when he said, listen, you're only doing all of this to get up under my skin. And Michael, I really wished you would not have allowed it to get under your skin. I really do. I really wanted you to talk to him or give him no type of rundown or whatever the case may be, because you're basically feeding right on in to what Shay wanted you to do. And then her confessional says they're halfway through this process and she still hasn't gotten a proposal, and she's slowly but surely seeing that she might not get one. Hell no, bitch. You don't even like his son. You don't even want his son to come and live with y'all, stay for y'all. God forbid anything seriously happens to that child's mother where she can't be with him no more. Like, what would you do then? So hell no. Like, if I was him, I wouldn't marry your ass. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, Shay's getting on my nerves. Y'all, she's getting on my nerves. And then, like I said, Michael talking to Rick before he left, laying down ground rules or whatever. But listen, Rick was very regular, so I don't even know why you hyped Rick's head up like that. I ain't saying he won't cute or whatever. I mean, he was a little cutie, but he was very regular, degular, schmegular, very, you pull up to the drive-thru in Sonic's and he's the chef manager type of cute. But whatever, we're gonna move on. Okay, so Shay and Rick go out to eat, and then the topic of kids come up, and he definitely says that he wants a couple of kids, and she says that she doesn't want to have any kids. And it's so weird, because I've never heard of a person who did not want kids to end up being with the guy who has a 12-year-old. Like, it's weird to me. Like, that boggles my mind. And everybody else that has been on this show, with the exception of Mimi and Ulysses, have gotten up under my comments. I would really love for Shay to get up under my comments. I really want to pick Shay's brain. Because, like, I'm really interested in how it works. Because it just amazes me at how she's really sitting here, like, so shocked and confused and just bewildered and befuddled and can't believe that this guy who doesn't have kids eventually wants kids one day. And she doesn't, but she's with a man with a 12-year-old. Like, Then she alludes to the fact about taking down his number, just in case her deadline isn't met. And then she will call him to go out on other dates. And then his big dumb ass was setting up their agreements. Like, can we just throw Shay away? Like, can we just honestly throw Shay away? Like, oh my God, like, Shay, like, look, I regret the day that the sperm saw the egg that created you, because you are just moving on before I really say something nasty to you. Tamika's date shows up, and honey, Vince don't even let him in his house, honey. Vince said, girl, I know you fucking lying. You ain't finna come up in my damn house and you finna take out my home, girl. I know that's right, Vince. Vince was not feeling the date at all. But Vince, Tamika did have a point. When your date came there, she allowed your date to come in whether she didn't want to or not. I really wish that you would not have let him see you get bothered like that. But I get it. That's your girl. You love her. This is new to you. I so totally get it. But as long as he didn't disrespect you, I felt it was just a little bit much that you just made him wait outside like that. Like, I don't know. Like, And see, but see, the gag is I'm sitting here talking all this bullshit. I don't know how I would react if I was on the show and somebody was taking out my man. Child, I don't know. But we're going to see how this goes. Woo, child. So, Tamika's date is John Mark. I thought it was a cute name, and he was looking forward to his date. He let it be known that he's older than her because she she didn't just graduate from Clark Atlanta. I'm assuming she graduated from Clark Atlanta a few years ago. Baby, he graduated in 99. I said, girl, I graduated 5th grade in 99. So Lord knows, I could just only imagine how old you is, Mark. But listen, the older the berry, the sweeter the juice. I know that's right. And they seem to have good conversation with each other. Y'all know I dig an older man anyway. They seem to always have, well, not always, but majority of the time, they already know what they want. They know what they don't want. They done been through the ruckus, the bull crap. They done been through all the poo-na-na that they wanted to get. And at that point in their life, they want something serious and they're ready to settle down. So, I'm not all the way opposed to, an older man getting up here or an older woman getting up here and getting her cougar on. So it was cute. So Michael and Whitney go out on their date and he opens up about wanting his son to move in and how he thinks that he's going to have to make a tough decision because Shay's selfish ass don't want his son to move in with them. And Whitney let it be known, oh baby, there isn't a choice in the matter. If that's your son and that's an arrangement that you and the mother have, that he's going to come and move in and live with you to finish out his high school year, then that's just what the fuck it's going to be. And she's just going to have to get over it. So then Whitney feels like she's getting the short end of the stick. And I could kind of understand because she was like, it's kind of like you're feeling me, I'm feeling you, I'm digging you, you're digging and seeing, digging on you, digging on me, baby, ooh, baby, okay? And she's like, and at the end of the date, I have to go home alone, and you're going home with Shay and being all in love, and I can't even text you. And he totally understood where she was coming from. I personally feel like Michael really is digging Whitney to a point of, I think, and that's why he continues to choose her to go on the date, because he wants to keep it respectful and have the boundary, but he still wants her to be around. He wants to get to know her more. He wants to get to know her better. And I want him to get to know her better too, because I'm all here for Whitney. And her confessional look is everything. Absolutely love it. Moving on. All right, you guys. So now all of the couples are back on their little group session with Dr. Nicole. Michael says that his dates with Whitney are getting way more intense. Shay doesn't like him going on dates with Whitney at all. She somehow felt like that she was just the end all be all. She somehow feels like whatever she washing her pussy with, that means that's gonna make him stay, or whatever the case may be. And then Shay talks about her date with Rick, and then Michael talks about how, he got a little bit uncomfortable with it, and she talked about how, he wants to talk to her more and cook for her, and she feels like it's bringing him closer together, and blah 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 blah. Honey, whatever. Because it's like I said before, it's something about connections. You don't gotta say shit. You can feel it and you can see it. I'm telling y'all, whenever I see Shay and Michael together, even in the group sessions, it's just moving on. So then Tamika talks about her date with John Mark. Vince didn't like it at all. Vince had a great time on his date. And then we get down to Tamika saying that they had a small banter about him feeling like every time she asks him a question, he makes it into something that it doesn't need to be. Basically feeling like anytime she asks him something, he then turns around and makes it seem as if she doesn't trust him. And he says that, well, how do you expect me to react to certain things that you asked me when I've been dealing with this for 2 years? And then Tamika starts coming with her white woman tears the same way Ashley do, the same way Candace from Real Housewives of Potomac do. Girl, listen, y'all need to show me how that crying shit works. Because the only time I cry is when I'm really, really angry. You understand me? Like, she cried at the drop of a hat, child. Y'all need to show me that. I don't know. It just seems like anytime we see Tamika and Vince, I think this is about the third time they got into a group session and their real issues are still there. And I get where Vince is coming from, but I'm also need Vince to understand that this is a situation that he created. And the same way she's going to have to learn how to trust him, he's going to have to learn how to get over the after effects. I mean, he does. If she's trying, I'm going to need for him to try too. It doesn't always have to be, you know, a big hoopla and then she starts crying like a rich white woman running up the spiral staircase. But I like Tamika and Vince, so I really hope they get it together. I really do. I really hope they get it together. Moving on. All right, you guys, I'm back. So Hollywood talks about his date and he learns that it's not all about the booty, that he needs other things to go along with that. Ashley had a great time on her date, just like I knew she would. And Hollywood says that he doesn't like that, but he's not tripping on it. So then they have to decide on whether they're going to go on other dates or keep the date that they have. Tamika doesn't want a second date. I'm not surprised at that. Vince does want a second date. I was a little bit surprised at that. Michael definitely wants another date with Whitney, and we want that date. Shay wants a second date with Rick. Of course you do. Hollywood doesn't want to go out on the second date. And Ashley does want to go on the second date. Plot twist. And then Hollywood gets all upset. And then his bad girl, Hollywood was like, well, I feel like if you're going on a second date, then you must really be liking this dude. And if that's the case, you need to just leave me alone then. I see it like this. If she go out on another date, I see it as she cheating on me. Hollywood, that's not fair. Hollywood, that's not fair at all, because you still have a chance and an opportunity to find somebody that you honestly do want to go out on another date with. Ashley didn't do that to you when you went out on your dates, and I don't really think that it's fair for you to try to put that type of pressure on her. Like everybody else Ashley done been with, she turned down. This is the very first time throughout this 6 episodes, five or six episodes of this, that now she wants to go out on the second date, and you in your bag. Get out your bag, Hollywood. This is the process. Just because you ain't found nobody, because see, it's Hollywood, you too busy looking at the booty. That's your issue. You too busy worrying about the hips, the ass, the titties, the camel toes, and when you need to be more focused on the mental and what a woman is bringing to the table. You understand? So you can't get mad at that woman because she felt like this is the whole point. And you're the main one who's saying you wanted to do the process. So this is the process. Let her go out on her date. Don't do that to Ashley. That's not fair. But y'all, that's really all I got. I ain't got no more to give you. Tonight's episode was really good. Drop down in the comments. Let's get the discussion popping. And until next Friday, I will see y'all again. Bye.
What you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system. It's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in the business.